So today we're going to work on this custom piece that somebody brought in and asked me to paint in different shades of blues, and she said do whatever to it, I don't care. This is the piece she's going to put in her bathroom. It's a little cabinet, standing cabinet type thing. When you open it up, it has two shelves. We're not going to do the inside, we're just going to work on the outside. So anyways, we're going to start with the color Aviary, and it's a really pretty green. I use all of Debbie's Design Diary paints because they are VOC free, not low VOC, but no VOCs. And it doesn't smell and it dries quickly. It's a great paint. That's why I use it. So we're going to start with one coat of the Aviary on all sides. Okay, so now we're going to add some blues. I did add blue here on the top, as you can see, and I forgot to film that. Sorry, but it's going to be easy because it's the same process that I'm going to be doing right now with the blending. I did add white on the top, and okay, so let's get going with the blending. This is Blue Iris, I believe. This blue that I'm putting in here, excuse me. And we're just going to blend that into the color that's already on this piece. The paint is slightly wet, the green and the other blue that's on here. And this is how I blend it. Now, lots of people blend differently. They wait for the paint to dry and then they spritz it with water and it reactivates the paint. And this is how they add the new color. I just kind of do it when the paint is already wet instead of spritzing. But you can do it either way. So you're just going to lightly... Just don't be afraid. A lot of people are afraid to blend, but don't be afraid. You're just going to lightly brush that other color in. And you want to make it look like it belongs there. So you want to make sure that you just brush lightly into the other color and don't put the color, it's hard to explain, but don't put the color on there and just leave it because it looks like you just smacked on a different color. You want to make sure it blends and do it lightly so that you're not making one whole other color either. I don't know, this sounds like a whole lot of video that I need to make to explain what I'm trying to say. But you're just going to blend this paint in lightly. Okay, so from here on out, we're going to do a lot of blending of different colors and layering. And the one thing I wanted to say earlier that I didn't is don't ever be afraid to blend or to layer, because what's the worst that can happen? You don't like it, you paint over it. That's it. That's all you have to do. So we're just going to layer different blues on top of the green and the blues. And actually what I decided I was going to do is make a little scenery in the front with a little bit of a sun and, you know, a little bit of earth or mountains or something on the bottom. So we're just going to be layering. I'm adding white, and this is going to be the base. This adds brightness, and we're just going to be adding different colors to create a little scenery. So now for the bottom, where we're going to add make it look like it's a little bit of there's some land down here. So here I'm just using some browns, some grays, black, some greens. And it's all about just the mixing and it's not hard. It's just going to go back and forth, not in a straight line because, you know, you want to make it look like it's a little bit hilly. And it's just a small area, so it's not a big deal. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing here. And the thing with this is, again, not to be afraid to try something new, because as I said, the worst that can happen is you don't like it, you just paint over it, and that's it. So now we're just going to continue to add onto the sky area, adding more white, adding more blue. And at some point, I'm going to introduce some yellow because, you know, we want the sun to come in and kind of come down onto where it'll meet the ground area where we painted. And yeah, so this is pretty much it. It's just all about having fun and adding colors to make it look like you want it to look. It's all about the blending and having fun and not worrying, and don't be afraid, because I don't know, I feel like when we're afraid to try something, that's what holds us back, and we'll never not be afraid if we don't just keep trying what we want to try, right? What's the worst that can happen? Nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Sometimes we have happy little accidents and we're so glad that we tried. I don't know. That's how I make myself do things that I'm afraid to try. I just will say, what's the worst that can happen? Really nothing. So now I'm going to go and do the sides and the back, and I'm going to add one of my favorite colors in this paint line. It's called Bohemian Blue. It's just this deep, dark blue with like green hues, I guess. I'm going to do the sides and I'm going to do the top, and yeah, just to make it pop so it's not so blendy with the front, so it's darker. I like it. For the top, I'm going to add some French script from, I'm using this Iron Orchid design stamp, and I'm just going to add some gold on my brush and brush it, and that's what's going to go on the top. And yeah, here you go. It's faint in areas, that's okay, because that's how I like it. Next, I'm going to take that gold and just get some on my fingertip and just put it in the areas where I think it would look pretty, especially this part right here where it has this decorative area. The gold looks pretty. It doesn't have to be perfect, and I don't want to paint the whole thing gold. I want it to look kind of like, you know, when something's older and it's not all matchy. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spritz some water on the side of the this little cabinet, and I'm going to get a brayer, and I am just going to go up and down with the brayer. What does this do? It looks crazy. It's just going to take some of the paint off. See, like right here, and it makes it look chippy naturally. So this is the color that's underneath it originally. So I feel like this gives it a little bit more interest. So it's not just all one plain color. Last thing to do is I'm going to seal with Big Top, and we're all done. That's it. So if you enjoy this video and you want to see more, please hit the subscribe button and the notification button. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.